This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, welcome everybody. Hope you're well and healthy. And welcome to part 2 of the Your Future Aspirations workshop for years 12 to 14. Good to see you again. Right, get started. So firstly, I thought it'd be good to do a quick recap on what we did last time, because it might have been a few days or a few weeks since you did that last, so it's always good to refresh our memories. So let's have a little think. What did we do last time? So one of the first things we looked at was, what does education mean to us? What have our experiences been? That kind of thing. And we also looked at the spoken word piece by Suli Breaks about not letting an exam result decide our fate, not letting our past experiences prevent us or put us off sort of participating in different types of learning in the future. And another key aspect of it as well was options. What different types of education are out there? What are they? So you did those different matching exercises. You also looked at some of the differences between school and further education. So hopefully you just started scratching the surface of what is out there. And we've figured out there are a lot of options, but how do we know which one is best for us? Sometimes that can be a really difficult thing to decide. So in this sort of first activity, I thought it'd be good to think a little bit about who we are as people and what kind of things might work for us in the future. Because yeah, we're all different. We've all got different skills, and we'll touch on skills a little bit more in a bit. But firstly, we're going to go for activity 3. Okay. So in the folder that was sent out to you, got part 2 here, and you want to click on this one here, which I've already got open. Whoops. So at the top there, you'll see there is a link to the I Could Buzz Quiz. Really good little thing. So this is based off of a psychologist's testing, Myers-Briggs, but this is a little bit more of a fun way of doing it. So you just need to click on Take the Buzz Quiz, and it'll ask you a load of different questions, such as I think out loud or I think before I speak. Click on all the ones that you think apply to you, and then go along to the next question. Make sure that you're honest, otherwise it doesn't work. Also, try not to think too long about it as well, because sometimes if you take too long thinking, you might not, you should probably go what the natural decision is for you. And click through to that, and eventually it will tell you who you are, what kind of animal and personality type you have. So what I'm going to ask you to do is pause this video, and then I'd like you to go through, do that activity, and then come back in just a moment. So if you'd just like to pause now. Right, everyone, good. Hopefully you've all now done that Myers-Briggs personality test. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page there. Let's try that again. So quite a bit of fun. It'd be good to know what you got, because I've done this a few times, and I know that my personality type is I'm a teddy bear. So obviously that tells me what my strengths are, what I'm like as a child, as a young person, as a boyfriend, as a boss, some tips, and apparently I've got the same personality type as Mary Poppins. Who'd have thought it? And it tells me also at the bottom here what kind of jobs that people might work in. And it's funny, you know, because out of all of these, I have worked in catering, I've worked in marketing and administration. And whilst this isn't social care, this is sort of more of a, I guess, closer to social work, and it's a job where you're sort of helping people, isn't it? So I guess it just so happens that some of those are actually fields of work that I have worked in at one point or another. So you might not see anything that you find interesting or want to do in there, but it's worth having a look. All right. So have a look through that. And on here, worksheet 2, it says, which was where you just clicked on the link, it's asking you about your results. So I would like you to complete this using the information that you've just got from, excuse me, from the quiz, and go through and complete that worksheet for me. So yeah, if you could pause this video again, do your work, and we will come back shortly. Thank you. Great, thank you very much for that. So it'd be good as well at the end of this, maybe when you're chatting with your classmates, or when you talk to your teacher or your tutor, maybe to discuss what animal you got and the skills and things that were there. Do you feel it's an accurate reflection of you? You might disagree and be like, that's not me at all. So you can always retake it on different days. You might get a different animal. So worth checking out, having a bit of a reflect on who you are, how you learn, how you think, because that will definitely help you when it comes to picking courses, thinking about what kind of career you want to have. Right. So moving on then, we've spoken a little bit about what we're like, hopefully figured out a little bit about who we are as people. But now I think the next thing to look at really is skills and qualities. But what actually are they? Because quite often they're used interchangeably, right? They're sort of used quite synonymously. But there are some key differences between them. If you're in a group together on your Microsoft Teams or on your instant messenger, maybe have a quick chat with each other. What's the difference between a skill and a quality? Give you a couple seconds. You can always pause if you need to. No worries if not. So there's probably more, but I've got some sort of key features that I think that differentiate the two. So firstly, skills are something you're good at. I'm sure most of you got that. But however, they are specifically something you're good at that you have learnt or developed over time. So you haven't necessarily just been born and you're just automatically able to do it. You have to learn and develop it. Like learning to drive, for example. Nobody gets in a car for the first time and knows what to do. You have to have your lessons. All right. So on the opposite end of the spectrum, well, the inequalities. So again, something that you're good at, but it's more of a positive personality trait. Yeah, so something that kind of comes naturally to you. So you might be just like a naturally caring person or a naturally supportive person. And like so it's more about personality. Hopefully that will make sense. Brilliant. So now that we kind of have got to the bottom of what a skill and a quality is, might be good just to have a little think about certain people and jobs, what skills and qualities they need to do it. So, some of you might know this man. You might love him, you might hate him, but this is Harry Kane, professional footballer for Tottenham Hotspur and for England. What do you think skills and qualities that a professional footballer would need to be good at their job or to do their job effectively? What do you reckon? Show you what we've got. Again, I'm sure there'll be many more. Here's just some. So some of the qualities that he may have is just might be quite a natural team player, natural leader as well. And I think you've got to be pretty cool under pressure and quite resilient to overcome all that pressure that these people go under. And in terms of skills, things that he's probably had to learn and develop over time is probably his fitness, his ball control, his shooting, all those kind of technical football skills. And we've got another one here for you, just as another example. So this is Adele. I'm sure lots of you have heard her music in the past. So to be a professional musician, to be a singer, what kind of skills and qualities do you think you need for that? Like I said, feel free to chat amongst yourselves if you're in a group. These are some that I've got. So skills, she's probably, I mean, there are some people who are just naturally good at singing, but for the most part, a lot of people have lessons to learn how to hit all of those notes, to expand their range, expand their diaphragm, all these things. Songwriting is probably something that you might not necessarily be taught it, but you'll start off probably not being very good and just get better the more practice you have. And also being a good businesswoman is a big part of being successful in the music industry as well, which again always helps if you learn those things. And in terms of qualities, she seems like a very hardworking person. She's very down to earth as well. I think that's why lots of people like her so much, as she does just seem she could be your neighbour or someone that you just meet downtown. And I put socially conscious as well because she has shown that she does care about issues and she's done some stuff for charity and things like that, which I think again is a positive trait in a person. So those are just some examples of qualities and skills that people might have to do their jobs well. Obviously, we're looking at famous people, but everyday people are going to have skills and qualities as well, which make them good or bad at their job, essentially. So now is your turn to have a little think about skills and qualities. All right. So what I would like you to do is to go to worksheet 3. All right. So again, it's on that link for you. So on here, pretty self-explanatory. Choose a job, any job you want. Could be something you're interested in. It could be just one that you pick at random. If you're really, really struggling, then you can just use one of the examples that are on here. So we've got a nurse, we've got a firefighter, and we've got a mechanic. So you could, if you're struggling to think of your own, you can use them. Try and be creative if you can, though, because I'm sure there's other interesting jobs out there that would be good to have a little think about. And what I'd like you to do is, once you've decided on the job that you've chosen, I'd like you to, if you've got a printer, you can draw a picture of that person in this large box down here, or you can just find the picture online and just copy and paste it in here. I'd just like you to then think of 3 skills so things that they have learnt or developed over time. And 3 qualities, things that are natural traits that would make a person good and effective at this job you have chosen. All right. So I'm going to give you some time now to complete this worksheet. And I'm just going to pop it back onto this slide and leave it up here just so you've got those pictures in case you need them. But yeah, pause the video now and get on to worksheet 3. See you in a second. Brilliant. So welcome back. Hopefully you've all had the chance now to do worksheet 3 and you've had a good amount of time to reflect on what skills and qualities a person might need to do a specific job. So again, I'm not going to be able to discuss this with you as this is pre-recorded, but have a chat with your classmates, maybe go over it with your teachers at the end. Have a little think, because these are all things that are useful when you're thinking about what job or career that you want to have. And it's about thinking practically. You might not have the correct traits to be an astrophysicist, but you might have all the skills and qualities you need, or at least some of the ones that you need to become a personal trainer, or vice versa. Try and work towards your strengths. Brilliant. So that is the end of part 2. So thank you very much for your time today. And I will be back with the final installment, part 3, very soon. So thanks again. Bye, everyone. Stay safe.